let's get you to your coronavirus headlines. Here is what we're watching for you this morning. The U.S. inches closer to 100,000 deaths. Our death toll now stands above 98,000. And now the World Health Organization is warning that we're still in the middle of the first wave of this outbreak. Here at home, we'll have to wait a little bit later today to see how many new cases have popped up here in the Houston area. We didn't get any new numbers yesterday because of the holiday.
By now, you have probably seen the photos and videos that have gone viral alleging that they're from inside a Houston area club when there's supposed to be only 25% capacity in there. Angela wonders, hey, what'd you think would happen when you said you were not going to enforce the 25% rule? Well, things are changing. Over the weekend, Mayor Turner gave the fire department the power to shut down and cite any bars or clubs that are more than 25% full. Fire Chief Sam Pena says his investigators responded to about 500 overcrowding complaints just this weekend and got voluntary compliance in all cases.
People didn't get angry. There was no violent confrontations. People simply received a gentle reminder that you have too many people in this establishment. Please bring your numbers down.
Mayor Turner urged anyone who was around crowds not social distancing to get a COVID-19 test at one of the city's free sites. We have that list on KHOU.com. A whole lot of response to this on social media. Carla doesn't think that bars should have opened at all. She says the courthouse isn't even open. And Donna appreciates responsible openings and that enforcement by the city, but the overwhelming attitude on our Facebook page was, hey, everyone's been informed of the potential consequences of being in large crowds. How about we let people make their own decisions? Xavier?
All right, Brandy, let's get you caught up on today's other big stories, starting with the COVID-19 outbreak at a Houston homeless shelter.
77 residents and staff test positive at Star of Hope. The cases are all at its men's development center downtown. Right now, it's not accepting new clients, and the city is vowing to increase homeless testing.
We are testing every single person in our homeless shelters.
A popular restaurant chain closed 2 Houston area locations because staff recently tested positive. This is Willie's Grill and Ice House. The chain voluntarily closed the 249 and Cypresswood location and the Copperfield location to test all their staff. Americans took advantage of the beach on Memorial Day weekend. From California to New York, police were seen breaking up large gatherings and enforcing local rules. The number of COVID-19 infections is still rising in 25 states. And at least 4 states spiked to record highs over the past weekend.
This virus, if it finds an opportunity, will start an outbreak.
A treatment trial on hold. The World Health Organization temporarily dropped its hydroxychloroquine study, saying experts need to review the evidence so far. A new study last week claimed people taking the drug were at higher risk of death and heart problems. President Trump was taking it to prevent catching COVID-19, but has since stopped his treatment. And those are the big stories on this Tuesday morning.
Well, this question has been a huge debate. Do you need to wear a mask in public? According to science, there's a benefit to covering your face. Gio Insignares connects the dots for you.
We've all been doing our part to try and beat the coronavirus with things like social distancing and washing your hands. But beating COVID-19 can still seem pretty daunting even with all of these precautions. Now, a new study says we can make significant progress if we just do one thing all the time. Let's connect the dots.
Everyone should wear a mask, surgical or homemade like they do in other countries. This is according to a new paper being published by a team of scientists. The study says if 80% of a closed population were to wear a mask, COVID-19 infection rates fall to about 1/12 compared to if no one wore masks. This was all calculated using a computer forecasting model. It takes programming used by epidemiologists to track outbreaks and blends it with other models that are used in artificial intelligence. Ultimately, it shows the possibility of transmission in simulated populations that wear masks versus those that don't. Some health experts praise this model, saying it's thorough, even if it can't be taken conclusively right now. Still, wearing masks in crowded areas like grocery stores is something they recommend everyone do while the pandemic continues. Connecting the dots.
All right, locally, Harris County leaders do recommend that you wear a mask in public. And remember that businesses can also turn you away if you choose not to wear one. Let's get over to Cheetah now for a look at the one thing.
All right.